messed with it, and he taught himself some chords, and he formed his own style, listening to country blues, country, and some jazz, big band. He said his earliest influences were Mississippi John Hurt, Robert Johnson, and Blind Blake. And he, like a lot of us did, he was one of them. He's of that age, before YouTube videos. Back in the day when you dropped the needle on the record and you learned the lick and you dropped it again in the same spot maybe and learned the lick and then you dropped it in another spot. It was painstaking process, but that's how you learned back then. If you had nobody in front of you to show you. He's built a repertoire. He's flavored by Blind Blake, Yango Reinhardt, and Chet Atkins. He also writes great, witty, quirky originals about things like exercise, which is his opinion, which is a great song too. And I can't even read my writing, so I don't know what I said there. It says for him his essentials were a good ear and a high threshold for embarrassment, which means when you put it out there, you gotta be ready. He's collaborated and recorded with renowned pianist Butch Thompson. He has his Martin guitar, a Pat Donnahue signature model Martin guitar, and currently he's hanging with the guys from the Guy Shoe Band. The Prairie All Stars is what he calls them. He does some solo, duo, trio shows. He's got a weekly residency at the Midway Saloon in St. Paul on Wednesdays. He teams up with an assortment of great, phenomenal players, brings them in, kind of sweats it out with them, works it on the fly, and just great players, not only from the Twin Cities, but from around the country who happen to be coming through. He's in demand for seminars and camps around the country, and he just did one out in the Northwest with Mary Flower. I'm pleased to present this year's blues performer, Pat Donnahue. Put your hands together.
Thank you. I've got to take off this coveted award just for a moment so I don't scratch my guitar with it. Thank you for having me today. I'm extremely honored, believe me. But I am literally speechless. I didn't prepare any remarks for today, but I did bring my guitar, so I'll play you some songs. But I did just want to thank the Blues Society for unlike the other bluesmen who didn't receive the recognition they deserve, for giving this recognition that I probably don't deserve. It's funny how life works. All right. West Coast Blues by one of my first and longest lasting guitar influences, a guy named Blind Blake. Blind Arthur Blake, a Piedmont blues guitar player, you'd say. One of those blind street musicians from the 20s in the South that made his way to Chicago, recorded for Paramount in the late 20s, and that's where these records that I heard came from. I loved his guitar style, wanted to be like him, tried all my life. Now, Blind Blake died penniless and obscure, so I got that part down, but I'm still working on the guitar part. That's how the song ends. Thank you. Yeah, I love that Blind Blake. It's good stuff. I have a song by another hero of mine. His name is Leroy Carr, great piano player from Indianapolis, and wrote some real standards like How Long Blues, Papa's on the Housetop, things like that. And he had a guitar player play with him. His name was Scrapper Blackwell. One of the great blues names of all time, I think. Scrapper Blackwell, don't you think so? And this is a song of theirs called Mean Mistreated. I did this recorded this with my dearly departed buddy Butch Thompson, and did a piano and guitar duet on that. And this is called, what was it again? Mean Mistreated, yes. There's a few of them I do, and I just wanted to make sure I did the right one. And she don't leave me no good. She's a mean mistreater, and she don't leave me no good. Well, that's alright, baby, I'd be the same way if I could. Well, you say you're gonna leave me, yes, you say you're going away. Then now you say you're gonna leave me, and you say you're going away. Well, that's all right, mama, I know you'll be back again someday. Well, she's a mean mistreater, and she mistreats me all the time. Yeah, she's a mean mistreater, mistreat me all the time. Now I try to tell you that I love you, but you don't pay that no mind. congratulations to any real bass players out there. But now do you remember, baby, when you knocked upon my door? Had the nerve to tell me that you didn't want me no more. Do you remember, baby, when you knocked upon my door? And you had the nerve to tell me that you didn't want me no more. Well, she's a mean mistreater, and she don't mean me no good. Yeah, she's a mean mistreater, and she don't mean me no good. Well, that's all right, baby, I'll do the same way if I could. Thank you. Yeah, they work hard. Well, here it is, December 1st. 25 days until, you know what? And I'm not going to do Deck the Halls with Bowser Hall or anything like that, but I did want to sing you a song that I made up myself about the other side of the Christmas season. There's a wreath on every home. There's a wreath on every door, and every house in my neighbor. I mean neighbor, doggone hood. There's a wreath on every door and every house in my neighborhood. Christmas time is coming, Lord. It don't mean me no good. Well, they sing, God rest you, Mary gentle. I mean gentle, doggone them. They sing, God rest you, Mary gentleman. You think you're gonna rest at Christmas, but you better think again. Well, there's just two things, people, that Christmas time will, I mean time will doggone do. There's just two things, people, that Christmas time will do. I'll take all your money and then blow snow on you. Well, have you ever been shopping, people, at the mega? I mean the mega doggone mall. Have you ever been shopping, people, at the mega mall? There's 10,000 people all trying to be Santa Claus. And if I had me a reindeer and a flying, I mean a flying doggone sleigh, if I had me a reindeer and a flying sleigh, I could spend the whole month of December someplace far away. There's a tree on my floor and lights on my window. I mean my window doggone pane. There's a tree on my floor and some lights on my window pane. And the Christmas blues just run all through my brain. And it's every year round about this, I mean about this doggone time. It's every year round about this time. I get the Christmas blues and I start to lose my mind. make me feel so bad. Oh, just to think about the good times that I once have had. Well, if I was a psychiatrist, had me a PH, I mean a PH doggone D. If I was a psychiatrist, had me a PhD, I'd hang my card on every Christmas tree. Yeah, I got the Christmas blues. Thank you, and I'd like to return the favor. I asked Harold Tremblay if he'd introduce me tonight, and I appreciate that because I did not have any, obviously, introduction for myself. And to me, I need no introduction. I know who I am, but maybe for some others. But anyway, Harold is a great harmonica player. I'll give him a chance to come up and show us that on a song here that I think, to give him a hint, it's going to be in the key of E. All right, you got that? All right.
I think I'm ready.
You don't need to worry about that technical stuff out there. That's just musician talk. All right, well, I did write this blues about the Midwest. Really, it's about Minnesota. It's a Midwest thing, though. It's something that Butch Thompson used to say every time I saw him. How's it going, Butch? Well, it could be worse. And I think that's a good name for a song. I did think that. And I still think it's a pretty good name for a song, but here's the song that goes with it. This morning, stumbled out of bed. I looked at my reflection and I thought I must be dead. I'm older and I'm balder than I was just yesterday. But wait until tomorrow, I wish it was today. But life is what you make it, a blessing or a curse. Man, it could be worse. Well, my world was in a nosedive, spinning round and round. Everything was starting up and then it started down. And when my baby left me, I thought it was the end. She took my love and money, but I'm telling you, my friend, I mean, it's not the last time. I know it's not the first, but man, it could be worse. Alright, you know, it could be worse. It could be worse. You're riding on the bubble, and when the bubble bursts, there ain't no use complaining about the highs and lows. You take your guess and do your best, and that's the way it goes. And when it goes, it never goes the way you heard. But man, it could be worse. I'll play it. There was nothing to be done. He looked around and said, I think I'll have a little fun. So he started off the Big Bang and gave birth to time. And ever since then, things been getting further out of line. Now there's a whole lot of trouble in this big old universe, but man, it could be worse. Yes, no, it could be worse. It could be worse. You throw it in the forward, but you wind up in reverse. But there's one thing to remember: when things are going wrong, life is like a highway, and as you ride along, until the day you're riding in the backseat of a hearse, man, it could be worse. It could be worse. You know you're riding on a bubble, and when a bubble bursts, there ain't no use complaining about your highs and lows. You take your guess and do your best, and that's the way it goes. And when it goes, it never goes the way you rehearsed. But man, it could be worse. Ain't that right? Harold Tremblay.
You're great, Pat Donnahue.
Thank you so much, folks. I'm very
Blues
honored.
performer. Thank you, Pat. I neglected to mention there are drink tickets there right up at that table. For anybody who came in the door gets a drink ticket. So if you haven't gotten one, there's one there for you. Food's here. It's going to be set up pretty quick. It's party time. Now it's a holiday party. You ready for that? Yeah, man. There we go. There we go. Congratulations to everybody, all the award winners today who inductees into the Blues Hall of Fame. Another big round of applause for them, please. Let's do that. Thank you, thank you. Thank you to Roz for being such a great help, as always. And that fancy shirt, love the fancy shirt. Pat, that's yours. You get to take that home. Thank you. All right. Jay Walter and the Rectifiers. They're going to be the band for the party today, so hang around for that. Plenty of room to dance, food, drinks, whatever you need. Thank you so much for coming out and stick around. It's party time. Take care.
St. Paul, Minnesota. We're here at the Minnesota Music Cafe. My name's Carlo James Lamanna. I'm posting some videos for everybody that didn't make it today. We got some world-class music here. Yeah, we're in St. Paul, Minnesota. I'm just taking a little walk. Music Cafe here in St. Paul. Karen brings some live music for us here, and we have some legends that play in St. Paul area. You could Google my name as Carlo James Lamanna YouTube, and I have at least 10,000 videos. So here we are. So now we got a band coming up, Jay and the Rectifiers. So stay tuned for some more music. It's East 7th Street here.